I found out my sister slept with my fiance, and I'm not sorry about what I did after. Ooh, this is about to get crazy, and guess what, guys? Her mom knew and didn't even tell her, so things are about to get crazy. Buckle up, let's go for the ride. 30-year-old woman here. I have a sister who's just a year older than me. We've always had such a good relationship, so finding out about this one hurt. She might as well have just stabbed me in my heart. On top of that, I've been with my fiance since high school and we've always been with each other through thick and thin. We were going to get married in a few months. I had no idea why on earth they did this to me. What's even worse was that our mom knew, and out of fear of getting involved, my sister apparently begged her not to say a word. She didn't tell me anything. Girl, time to get a new sister and get a new mom, because how could she not say anything to you? What? Thankfully, my dad wasn't having it. Good job, Dad. And he spilled the beans to me. I've never been so angry in my life. Not only did I kick my fiance out and throw out his stuff, some of it in the trash, but I decided to hurt my sister in another way. Why not do the same for my fiance? Simple. She's my sister. We've always had a good relationship until she decided to ruin it months before my big day, which I allowed her to be a bridesmaid in. You don't do that to anyone, let alone your sister, your blood. My sister's big on gardening, so when she lost her dog, she made a garden for him. I knocked on her door, she didn't know that I knew, and of course I played nice. I moved on to what she did with my fiance and I slightly damaged her garden. I honestly just crushed a couple of flowers. Am I sorry? No. Ooh, ouch, that was kind of savage, not gonna lie. Her excuse sent me over the edge. It just happened isn't a reason. Sleeping with my fiance just happened like that, I guess. I told her I didn't want her speaking to me anymore and that I also didn't want our mom to speak to me. My fiance won't say a word since I threatened to call the police if he ever went near me again. Yeah, I made my sister cry and scream at me, but I genuinely feel like I should be the one crying. She knew how important getting married was to me, and now I can experience that. Pair that with the fact that I had to hear this from my dad, not my bum excuse of a sister or fiance. Hell, even my own mother didn't say a word to me. It's like she lets my sister run her. F you, Tia. F you, Logan. If they ever see this, I'd be absolutely delighted. Edit. Since many people keep bringing this up, I'm upset that I lost the relationship I've always put 100% into. I was excited to get married, of course, but then this news came out. It really hurt me. I didn't want to believe it at first. I almost thought my dad was pulling my leg. Later, it turned out to be true. I swear I have trust issues now. Edit number 2. Thanks again for all the suggestions, y'all. It's been helping me feel more confident in exposing them. I'm just a bundle of nerves now because I know shit's gonna hit the fan again. When I do so, I'll try my best to come up with an update. I mean, it's the least you guys deserve, haha. Last edit. When I say I decided to hurt her, it's because I kinda ruined something so meaningful to her. I feel like for most people, besides on here, that would be a bit far. That's just how I feel though. I understand it's not what you guys wanted. Clearly worked a bit though, since she thought I was so damn psychotic for that. Like I said, I don't feel sorry about hurting her that way. Forgive my terrible mood. I definitely plan on exposing them sometime today. Yeah, maybe it's just because I don't like inviting negative energy into my life any further when shit hits the fan, so I'm not a big proponent of revenge to the effect that OP has done, but if I put myself in her shoes, I can kind of understand her anger to an extent. I can see how what she's feeling can lead her to act out in anger, so I can kind of sympathize with her on that level, I guess. It's not something I would honestly do myself, but I know that we all react differently when in extreme distress, so I can't really blame her for it completely, you know? But damn, basically everyone who should have had her back betrayed her. Honestly, to me, that is a whole other level of hurt from her mom, but at least her dad had the common sense to have her back in this one. I think she is so justified in cutting that cord with everyone but her dad because, come on guys, that is one of the worst things you can do to a person, okay? With that said, let's look at the comments. Comment 1. Expose them to everyone and ruin them. OP replied, I've actually debated on doing this after I got done dealing with my sister, but if anything, I can unblock her just to show her what other people in the world think about her trashy ass. Haha. Seriously though, I still can't believe she did me like this. Comment number 2. Expose them. They will try and spin it differently and make you look like the bad guy. Tell all his family, your extended family, and mutual friends. Tell them that you have cut all contact with them and you wish not to be around them ever again. OP replied, so far his sister was the only one who reached out to me about this. She was in hysterics, asking me what the fuck happened. She fully supports me in this. Unsure about the rest of the family, but as of now, the only person I can even trust is my father. Probably her too. Comment number 3. This is horrible. when did this happen? I can't believe her mother. OP responds, I actually found out over the previous weekend. Under another comment, I wrote how my dad explained it to me. Supposedly, my sister decided to tell my mom. She obviously asked her to keep her lips closed about it. My mom apparently told my dad over the weekend, not right away, and then he told me. The thing is, I have no idea how the hell they even had sex. That wasn't made known to me or my parents, it seems. My sister could have kept the secret for God knows how long until she finally decided to come clean to my mother. For all we know, they could have done it months ago, maybe even several times. My fiance denied even sleeping with her more than once, but I'm finding it hard to believe him. A small part of me keeps trying to justify my mom's actions, but I can't seem to understand. She clearly didn't care. OP on everyone knowing about the wedding being cancelled via social media. OP said, I did make a post apologizing for canceling the wedding, but I've turned off notifications because I keep getting a flood of messages asking what happened. So far, only his sister and my cousin know. I couldn't even bear to say anything else to other people. At the time, I felt so sick. These comments are giving me ideas though, and they're very tempting. Honestly, in situations like these, I do also feel like it's important to get your side of the story out before the other side spins things in the way that they want to. Let people hear your side out and let them make a decision for themselves on what to believe, and that will tell you who's your ride or die, and the rest can speak for itself. Anyways, there's an update and it gets kind of crazy. I didn't know it could get any crazier, but it did, so let's get into it. Update number 1. Hey everyone, seems like my other post has been deleted. Thanks again for the comments and support. I found out quite a bit. To start off, I did expose her and my ex on my story. I unblocked them both to tag them. Shout out to one of the commenters who wrote down what I should say. I saved it and wrote it but added some other words of my own. My ex actually blocked me after he saw my story. I sent my Reddit post to my sister after. At the time, she didn't see, but I got a call from my ex's mom. She was furious about everything, but she asked me how I was holding up and if I've heard the news. My heart sank a little because I honestly couldn't bear to hear any more bad news. I asked her what she was talking about. She said, "So you haven't?" I said no and asked her to tell me. My sister is pregnant. This cannot be. Oh God. Apparently, Logan told her in an attempt to make her chill out on my sister. I didn't want to hear anymore, so I told her I needed to hang up the phone. Thankfully, she accepted because I literally burst into tears 2 seconds later. After 5 minutes of crying, my sister responded to my story and text with the Reddit post link. She was texting me in all caps, begging me to take it down. If I wasn't so upset, I would have laughed a little, but I just sat there watching her blow up my phone. I got even angrier when she said, "I'm coming over and telling mom that you're spreading my business online." Alright, you big baby. Still never responded though. I felt frozen. OP sister, if you're watching this, okay? This Reddit post should be the least of your problems, okay? 30 minutes later, she's trying to break down my door, so I opened it in a fit of rage and I started screaming all kinds of ish at her. She kept screaming at me to take it down and I told her that's gonna stay up for as long as I want it to. She kept telling me she didn't deserve online hate, and she even tried telling me that she's always been there for me through everything and that she would have forgiven me if it was the other way around. Yeah, I doubt that. That's when I punched her. Oh my god, girl. A small part of me felt guilty. I'm not the fighting type, and that was probably evident in my last post, but she retaliated by saying, "It's not my fault Logan was tired of you." And that's when I told her that I hope she ends up like her dog. Oh my god. And that she deserves every bit of hate she's getting for ruining my relationship. I even apologized for not ruining her entire garden and her stupid face at first. I know I'm wrong for saying this, but the entire time she was playing the victim. She called me evil and told me to rot in hell. She kept saying I was punishing her over a mistake. Okay, but the drama though. Okay, this went from cheating to ruining a pet's gravesite to pregnancy to a fist fight to more words being flung around. When will it end? I said, "You have no idea what you've put me through, and I know you would have done the same thing if you were the victim." She kept crying and insulting me because all she's ever done was support me through everything, and I had the nerve to punch her in the face and allow strangers to bash her on the internet. Girl, her sister's definition of supporting and the rest of the world's definition of supporting ain't adding up, because if her idea of supporting her sister is by snoo-snooing her fiance and birthing his child, then girl, I hope she never supports me either, okay? I told her she deserved it and I don't want her talking to me ever again. And if she comes near me, I'm calling the police. She kept saying I was being extremely unfair and she said she was sorry in her text, but I wasn't having it. I told her to tell mom I'm not talking to her again either. She asked me if I was really going to cut her off like that, and I just wished her good luck with her unwanted child and told her to go home. That was the last she walked off my porch. Anyway, I had to clean up my favorite vase, but it doesn't even matter. At least they're out of my life. However, it's weird how sad I feel now. It's for my own good, but damn, I'll never experience the bond we had again. On the bright side, seems like I've dodged 2 bullets. Thanks again though, everyone. Maybe I do need therapy. The original post is now on my profile for those who want to see it. Also, F them both once again. Last edit to say that my dad called not too long ago asking me to take every post down because according to my mother, my evil sister is bawling her eyes out over mean people on the internet. As if I'm taking anything down. My dad's pissed about her pregnancy, but my mom continues to defend her by saying we need to chill out on her a little bit. This is why I'm not talking to her. Thanks again though, everyone. I'm exhausted and I need to worry about other things. Okay, well that update definitely escalated a lot of things. And honestly, that was practically a whole romance telenovela and I'm here for it. But I think OP came out with a win on this one because she managed to dodge getting married to a cheater. So we're gonna look on the bright side with this one, y'all. Last update. I've officially decided to go LC with my dad today. Surprisingly, he wasn't that upset about it. However, he's still on team take down the posts and that's why I made my decision. My mom wants nothing to do with me because if I wasn't going to respect the family, there's no point trying to get to you. Wow, it's almost like that's what I wanted. My cousin and my ex's sister have been supporting me. Apparently, my sister has had meltdown after meltdown because more people are slowly finding out about the affair not only in person, but on the internet. She actually got into it with my cousin online, and according to my cousin, my sister keeps asking her to tell me to take down the posts because she's sorry and she felt pressured into doing what she did. Last I even heard about my ex was from his sister. She told me that they did speak, and although he's not ready for a child, he doesn't feel comfortable leaving my pregnant sister on her own. He also wants me to stop what I'm doing, but oh well, they're made for each other. Anyway, I've surprisingly been feeling a bit better thanks to my cousin and my new sister, as I like to call my ex's sister now, haha. I've actually gotten some good sleep, still considering therapy too. A very tiny part of me feels pretty bad for exposing my sister and ex, and I'll always miss the relationship I've had with them, even despite my last encounter with my sister, but they've hurt me and it's what they deserve. If they're not taking it well, that's their problem. Thanks again, everyone. Relevant comments. OP on how other people are reacting to the affair. Speaking of her friends, I actually have no idea what they think about this, but I can assume they found out, of course. My sister is not taking this well, so I'm assuming they're pestering her with questions too. I've said this, my cousin has said this, and my ex's sister has also said this, that she can't be upset for the truth being exposed. She doesn't see past her delusion. She's clearly more worried about her reputation than my feelings. I really don't know her anymore. Well, I'm glad to see that OP has people in her life that support her, and although she's been let down by her own partner and family, I'm glad that she can see the light in all of this and that there are people who still care for her and are on her side. The updates were insane with this one, but I hope OP can move on from this. What do you think?